All right, today we are making chicken fingers from scratch. And I'm going to show you a simple recipe that you yourself can cook at home that you only need a few ingredients. Okay? So, traditionally, if you buy bread crumbs, this is what breadcrumbs looks like at the store. Okay? They do sell them plain, they do sell them seasoned. These are Italian breadcrumbs, so they have Italian seasoning in them. But I'm going to show you an easier, more effective method, and that is use these corn flakes. We're going to start off with 3 or 4 eggs. Depending on how much chicken you have will determine how much egg you might need. So you might need more, you might need less. I'm going to start off with 4, and then I'll gradually increase from there if I need more. What we go ahead and do is whisk these up. I'm just going to use a fork here, break up the egg yolks. This is what we're going to use to dredge our chicken in. So we're going to dredge chicken and egg, and then we're going to go right into our concoction of cornflakes and spices and a bunch of fun other things. And we'll set that to the side. Now, in a medium bowl, and you're going to start off with 3 or 4 cups worth of cornflakes. That's going to look like a lot, but we're going to mash them down. So we're going to grab our hands and we're going to start breaking them down. And you can tell automatically the difference between your processed breadcrumbs and what we're making as homemade breadcrumbs. Your processed breadcrumbs are going to be finer, okay, and your homemade breadcrumbs are going to be a little bit more coarser, which is going to add more crunch to your chicken fingers in the end. Go ahead and grab some Parmesan cheese, and we're going to be using about 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese added into the cornflakes. Now I'm using my famous all-purpose seasoning. I'll put a link in the description down below where you can find this. We're going to add about 1.5 tablespoons. Okay. And then we're going to give that a mix. All right, I'm going to add in about 1 teaspoon worth of Italian seasoning and then mix that in. We have our eggs, and we have our grease baking sheet. In another mixing bowl, we're going to go ahead and get our chicken. Now I went ahead and bought actual chicken tenders. The chicken tender is located in between the chicken breasts. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, and we don't want to season this because we don't want to double season it. We don't want to season the chicken and then put it in our dredge and then it gets too over seasoned. So I'm going to set up our dredging station, right? So chicken's going to go first, then eggs, then breading. Okay, and we're just going to take the chicken and put it on. Pack it on there, okay? And then to a greased baking sheet, go ahead and take this and add it to your baking sheet. All right, so we've sped up that process. We had just enough coating to coat the entire chicken. We slightly ran short on the last piece, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 chicken tenders. And what we're going to do is we're going to put them in the oven. But once they're done cooking, you can freeze these and take them out and use them for leftovers. So pop them right back in the oven for 15, 20 minutes, and voila. Okay, but you have homemade chicken tenders, and there's nothing like making chicken tenders from scratch. It's so simple, it's so easy. So we're going to take these and we're going to put it in a 475-degree oven. For about 20 minutes. And What we're really looking for is clear running juices, or if you want to be more specific, 165 degrees Fahrenheit. We might slightly cook it a little bit more. I might turn the broiler on to brown it up and crisp up those cornflakes. But let's jump right into this. I'm gonna show you how to make a couple different sauces. First, we're gonna use the famous sauce. We're gonna use, you can't go wrong with this sauce. We're gonna use Chick-fil-A's Polynesian sauce. And no, Chick-fil-A is not sponsoring this video, but we love this sauce. So we're gonna use a pre-bought sauce, and we're gonna make 2 of our own. So we got Polynesian, and then we're gonna make a version of a Australian sauce. It's got a little bit more of a spice to it. So to a small bowl, we're gonna go ahead and add in a half a cup of mayonnaise. But since we're making a small portion, I'm gonna go ahead and say, let's just use a 1/4 of a cup. All right, we're gonna use 1/8 of a cup of ketchup. My all-purpose seasoning, so 1/8 of a teaspoon of my all-purpose seasoning. And again, I'll put this in the description down below. And we're gonna use a couple dashes of Worcestershire sauce. Okay. Let's give that a taste. Ooh, that's nice. All right, now we're gonna make another sauce. This is a base sauce. So essentially what we're doing, anytime you use mayonnaise as a base and then you start adding other sauces into it, it's called an aioli. So we're gonna call that a Aussie aioli that we just made. So we have our Polynesian, our Aussie aioli, and we're gonna make another quick sauce, an aioli, but we're gonna make a spicy chili sauce. Okay, so mayonnaise, about a 1/4 of a cup. And then I'm gonna add in about a 1.5 teaspoons of chili garlic sauce. So if you like heat, this is for you. And then we'll mix. And the mayonnaise will actually help cut the heat. And let's give that a taste. Ooh, wow. But that tastes just like Bang Bang shrimp sauce. So we got our Bang Bang shrimp aioli sauce. We'll just call it a Bang Bang aioli sauce. We got our Aussie aioli sauce, and we have our Polynesian. So we got sweet, mild, and spicy. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pull out the chicken. And like I said, we want to make sure that it's firm. But if you don't know chicken based on how it's supposed to be cooked, you want clear running juices. That's an indication that it is cooked. But then we're also going to thermometer it, and I'll show you on the camera here what that is. You're looking for about 165 degrees. And as you can see, we're about 196 on that one. About 186, 190 there. So this chicken is done. When I can probe around and get multiple of the same, if not higher numbers of 165, then we know our chicken is cooked properly. All there's left to do is to plate it. So let's go ahead and plate it. All right, let's give it a shot. Let's grab one. Nice and crispy. Dip it in our Kentucky bourbon sauce here. This isn't the first time I've made this, but the chicken is tender. I can still squeeze the chicken tenders and see moisture coming out. Clear moisture, which is an indication A, that the chicken is cooked, and B, that it's just plump, juicy. And it's just so much better than processed. Nothing beats homemade stuff. So, now that you have the resources, you can go ahead and make this at home. If you found this video helpful, we kindly ask that you hit that like button. And guys, we'll see you next week for another awesome video.